Hello everybody, it's Lynn. It's that time again, Flosstube video. Can't remember which one. I'm going to say it could be 100, but I don't know. So I'll put in the description box below. Right, well, since last time you saw me, I've been to retreat. In fact, it was a week today since we had retreat. The Yorkshire Stitching retreat, and we go to a lovely place. It's called Hollins Hall. It's at Baildon Shipley. Big, beautiful manor house type place. Yeah, very nice. I think this time it's the best one that I'd been to so far. Really enjoyed this one. There was lots of different things that we'd not done before, so I don't know who was responsible for that, but thank you very much if you're watching. Yeah, when we got there, when we got let in at 10 o'clock last Friday, everybody had one of these on their seat, well, on the table where you were sat, and a pair of chopsticks, and then this little box. And in the little box, and they were all different themes on love, because the retreat was based on love. Inside here was a little curly that you clip onto. You might see it later when I show you. There's a little curly that you clip onto your frames and all your fabric, and this is the same. They're magnetised, are those, and it just holds your fabric back. Needle threader. Pair of foldable scissors, which I'm not keen on these. I think they're dangerous. And then this little thing. Oops. I've dropped that. Excuse me. This. Now, inside there is she says 2 needles. Now, one of them's a beading needle. It's very small. Don't know whether you can see them. Anyway, in some of the, or was it one? I'm not quite sure. There were, no, in some, because there was one on each table, I think. There was a gold needle. Now, if you had the gold needle, you went up to the front and everybody got a little goodie bag. And then a bit later on, they did another one, and these curly cues, if you had a pink one, I think it was, you went up to the front and you got a goodie bag. The chopsticks, if anybody's wondering what the chopsticks are for, it's, you know, when you're doing your pillows, or, well, when you're making soft toys or whatever, the chopsticks are for turning, when you've turned out, for doing your corners, getting your corners out. So they're ideal, are these, and they are bamboo, made from bamboo, they're not plastic. So yeah, that's handy, is that. So that was our little gift from Yorkshire Stitching Retreats. I'll just get rid of that down there. What else did we have going on there? Oh, we had a fabric exchange, and what you had to do is you had to take a piece of fabric and what happened was we all went down to the front, stood in a circle, and she asked us about 20 different questions about different things, and if it applied to you, you had to stand in the middle. I can't remember what they were now as an example, but anyway, so you went and stood in the middle, and then you could exchange with the person if they wanted to exchange with you. Now, I managed to exchange with somebody because I took it. It was a blue piece, but it was very sparkly, and I'd never ever stitch on it. And this piece that I've managed to swap, it's fabric by Crafty Kitten, and it was fabric of the month in August 2024, this piece. It's a 28 count even weave, and it's lovely as this. I'll take it out and show you. I don't know what I'm going to use it on at the minute, but I do like it. I would use this, but the other piece that I exchanged, I wouldn't have used that. So it's a lovely colour. So that's what I exchanged for. Yeah, like it. Now I have had this out once and I don't know how it goes. Oh, that sounded like the postman. Well, there lies another tale. I'll tell you about that in a bit, which I'm not happy about. But hey ho, there you go. So that was my fabric exchange. And then what did I stitch on? Let's tell you what I stitched on. I took my And the Forest Grew, and I started stitching on this because I've not stitched on this since last March, I don't think, or it could have been November when we went. October. Can't remember. I think it's March since I last stitched on this. So here we are. This is And the Forest Grew. This fabric is by Crafty Kate. It's antique, and this is a 32 count linen. Now, this is as far as we've got now. I did treat myself to a new needle minder before I went. I did see them, and I thought, oh, I like that, and it's Tree of Life. So I treated myself to that before I went to retreat, and I thought it'll be ideal for this piece that I'm doing. So I did a stitch while I was there. I stitched the two little trees there, the curly tree in there. Oh, and I finished off on the big tree. I finished off all the branches. The branches were done, but all the flowers, if that's what they are, they weren't done. So I did those. I did the two little trees, and I did that curly tree there. So I did a little bit more. I do like this, but there's other pieces I'm stitching that I want to crack on with, so this comes out every now and again, but I do love it. So yeah, and I did get two of those needle minders. I gave one to my friend, so I hope she likes it. I think she does. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's lovely, and it's a big one as well. Big needle minder. So that's And the Forest Grew. So we did stitch a little bit on that, and it was a little bit, but never mind. Friday and some of Saturday, I think I stitched on that. And I keep that in my bunny bag. And this is that's the lining, which is different to the outside. That's my pattern. So we'll pop you back in there. Sorry about this, but I don't want to end up with an absolute mess by the time I finish this, and then it's going to take me all day to put it all away, so I'm sorry. You want to jump across, you know, on the video, feel free to do so, as they say. Right, And the Forest Grew. Then I had a new start. Now I'll keep my new start in the project folder that I made. I love this. This was my new start. Sarah Milthorpe, 1834. The loss of time is much. And it's Hand Across the Sea sampler. Now, I started it and I'm stitching it on Cedar River Linen and Designs. It's Albarium 36 count linen, and it is a little start. It is a little start. There you go. That was my start. It's part of the border. It's the top right hand corner. There. They look like hearts, don't they? Yeah. Top right hand corner. I always used to start in the middle, but for some reason now I've started stitching top right hand corner. Sorry, is it right or left? It is right, but it's left as I'm stitching it. Tell you. Never mind. I know what I'm talking about. If some of you don't, but never mind. I'll blame it on my age. Right, so that was my new start. All kept in my little folio that I made especially for it. Then, because I was finding it hard to stitch, I find it hard to stitch in daylight, even with a lamp on, when I'm not sat in my stitching spot. I do prefer to stitch on an evening, and this is where I stitch when I stitch. So I give that up because it was too small for me to see, and it'll be okay while I'm sat here for me to see. I moved on then back to good old faithful. Can't wait to see this finished. I moved back onto this one, which is a Tisket, a Tasket. Loving it. I've done quite a bit since last time you saw it. I did more on this than I did on the other stitching. I think once I started, I managed to, well, I finished the cartouche before I actually went. Don't know whether you've seen the cartouche since I finished it. This one, I finished that before I went, and I did the flower there, did that before I went. Continued down here, and then picked it up for this is the pattern that goes across, so this is the pattern that's coming down now, and I picked that up to start doing that. So it's coming on really nice as this now. I'm not going to take it out of the frame, but that's where I've got. So yeah, tisket a tasket, love it. And then we had, while we were at retreat, there was a de-stash table, and I managed to pick these up on the de-stash table. Flower Fairies, the Burnham Fairy, I think she's gorgeous. I bought her. Lavender and Lace, Guardian Angel, that's her. This one is Butternut Road Children's Garden. Now I don't think I have that one, and I love this, but if I have got it, I may do it as a giveaway, but I'm not promising. It'll be soon for me looking through all my patterns. And then I did get this one, and I've wanted this for a long time, and this one is called Shakespeare's Fairies by Nora Corbett, and that was a de-stash, so I was a lucky girl. I was very fortunate on the de-stash tables. Then we had what they call a white elephant, and how this works is you take something that's wrapped up and then your number's called out. The first person undoes something. If they want it, they go sit down. The next person goes up, they get asked if they want to open it or steal, and it goes on like that right to the end. And I was beginning to think my number wasn't in, because it was the last number that was drawn out. So I had the pick of everybody that had opened. So this is what I picked. I didn't open what I was given, and I picked this. I stole this. And this is Miss Cherry Blossom by Nora Corbett. She's absolutely gorgeous. I did look at this when it came out. I got that as well as the bead kit that goes with it. Amazing. So I stole. What was in mine, it was a project bag, if I had have opened it. So the person I stole that off ended up with that. And then what happens is the very first person who opens can actually, if they want, steal off anybody. So she decided not to. Oh, actually she did. She did steal, and she exchanged it for some threads. Yeah. So since I've been home, I have ordered the fabric for Miss Cherry Blossom, and it says it's a touch of pink, and I've ordered the right number and everything, but that background does not look like that fabric, but I'll have a go. It looks lilac to me, does the background to that, but I'll do it on this pink that I've bought especially for it. Then we had a raffle as well. On the Sunday we had the raffle, and this is what I won in the raffle. Erica Michael's Mums. It's lovely, but I don't have a mum anymore, so I may give it as a raffle prize next time or something. I'm not quite sure. I've not decided what to do yet. Since I have been home, I have been stitching or crocheting the virus shawl. Now I'm stitching this with Future Dreams West Yorkshire Spinners for those touched by breast cancer. Yes, it was special colour they brought out for the breast cancer last year, I think. So I have a couple of balls of this. So this is what it looks like so far. Is that the right side or the wrong side? It's hard to tell. No, it is the right side, is that? That's the right side. So yeah, you just continue until it gets to the size that you want it to be. So at the minute I'm writing the pattern down, because this is actually on YouTube. There's quite a few ladies done this virus shawl that you could follow for the pattern. I don't have a pattern. I'm writing it down as I'm going along. So that's what I've been up to since I've been home. Excuse me. And yeah, it was very good, other than the de-stash tables. This is the only thing that I actually bought. Some tape. That's the only thing I bought. And there's not quite 2 yards. And a bargain. That's what I bought. Yeah. Now, what else have I been? I did purchase this solid hand cream, and it's made in Scotland. The Edinburgh Natural Skincare Co. make this, and it's in a bar like that. And what you do is you just hold it between your hands till it warms, get as much off as you need, and then you pop it back in your tin and disperse it through your hands, and it sinks in quicker than using hand cream. And because when I'm stitching, I don't know why it always goes a bit scaly there, I use it on that as well. I did also treat myself. This was before. I forgot to show you these last time, I think. A new pair of scissors. They're gorgeous, are those. That's the other side. I liked those. And because they came in a little tin, I thought, yes, I'm having a pair of those. So I did. Because I can. And before I went to retreat, I had been watching a lovely lady on here. She's called Penelope's Chinwag. Hi, Pen. And she is an absolutely amazing crafting lady. She does knitting. Her knitting is amazing. And her quilts. A last video that I watched. If you don't know Pen, go over and watch her. She shows you some of her quilts. The one she has on her bed is absolutely amazing. I love it. Now, I think it was the video before that I watched. She'd made a Peter Rabbit quilt, hand-stitched Peter Rabbit quilt, and I thought, oh, that is gorgeous. So, Pen, I've fallen down the rabbit hole, literally, and I purchased the panel. That's half the panel, and then this is the other half of the panel. So I'm going to have a go. you've got me inspired to have a go at quilting with this Beatrix Potter. I love it. Now, whether I will give it away when it's finished, I do not know. I wouldn't like to say. Peter's upside down. There is Peter. I don't know, because we do have someone in our family who's due to have a baby at Easter sometime. So it's not going to be ready for them, but whether I will want to part with it once I've done it, we'll see. So yes, I did purchase that before I did go to retreat. And, I was hoping that what I'd ordered from market was going to be here, which it should have been today. But then I had an email to tell me that it's ended up in Wales somewhere. So it is now back on its way back to Yorkshire. So I'm hoping, if not tomorrow, it'll be Monday when it arrives. So next time, because I have been hanging on to do this video, wanting to show you my market purchases, and it hasn't happened. So next time, hopefully, they will be here. But I did order these as well before I went away. These are from Pretty Little Thread Keeps, Hazel Henry. She's on Facebook, is Hazel, and I've purchased from Hazel before. That's a needle minder, scissors fob or thread fob. With the danglers. They're for putting on your bags. They're all Easter related. And that's another one. Use it for your scissors or whatever. And then I got some thread keeps, Easter themed thread keeps, and I did get an additional packet as well. How they're lovely are these. They're all different. So yeah, they're lovely. Children looking for Easter eggs. Gorgeous. Yeah, so that was my little shop before I went to retreat. Because Hazel wasn't there this time. I did order a needle minder. Now where is it? The needle minder. For the retreat needle minder. It should have been on one of those pieces that I've shown you, but I don't know where it's gone. Don't know. Is it on this? No, I've not got one on there. Don't know what happened to it. I'll show you that next time as well then. So I'd like to say thank you all for watching. And I'll see you in my next video, probably in a fortnight's time, or it might be even longer, because we're going to London. So it might be when I come back from London. Then I will have lots to tell you about. So we'll say bye for now. Thanks for watching. Please leave me a comment. I love to hear what you think to my videos. And we'll see you. Bye.